Smart Cut Quote Workflow. Homepage Overview. The homepage is your starting point, designed as the central hub for managing quotes and navigating the software. From here, you can create new quotes, access files, or explore settings effortlessly. Think of it as your command center for everything related to Smart Cut Quote. Creating new quotes. To create a new quote, start by clicking the New icon. From there, select a company, choose an existing client from the database, or add a new one if needed. This ensures all client details are tied to the quote. Reference field. Add information like an email reference or request date for tracking purposes. These small details help keep quotes organized and easy to reference later. Once you've entered the details, you are ready to move to the next step. Importing 2D files. Smart Cut Quote supports the industry-standard DXF and DWG formats, making it easy to work with design files. To import files, use the Add File icon to open your file browser and locate the necessary files. Whether it's one file or multiple, Smart Cut Quote allows seamless importing. If you are working with several files, use Ctrl for individual selection or Shift to select a range. This is especially useful for batch processing. Once imported, all files are displayed, ready for review and processing. Cleaning up drawings. Not all imported files will be ready to process. Smart Cut Quote uses a color coding system. Green, the file is clean and ready to go. Red, the file has issues that need fixing. For red-marked files, open them in the editor to clean up unnecessary elements like title blocks or double lines. Use Smart Cut Quote's tools to fix gaps or overlaps, ensuring every drawing is production-ready. Once cleaned, these files will turn green, signifying they're ready for quoting. Adding bend lines and etching. When adding additional processes like bending or etching, open the drawing in the editor and select the bend lines or entities to etch. These can be highlighted and marked directly within the software. Bend lines will turn magenta, while etched lines will be clearly identified for visual confirmation. This ensures these processes are properly accounted for in the final quote. Splitting parts. If your client sends a single file containing multiple parts, Smart Cut Quote makes it easy to separate them. Use the split function to divide the parts into individual pieces. Before splitting, ensure the drawing is cleaned up to avoid errors. Once split, each part will be listed separately with suffixes added for easy identification. This process is particularly useful for large files with multiple components. Managing layers. For files with multiple layers, Smart Cut Quote imports everything by default. You can easily toggle layers on or off, ensuring that only the necessary parts are processed. This keeps the workflow clean and efficient while avoiding unnecessary operations. Creating or using parts from the library. If you need to create a new part, use the drawing window to sketch from scratch. Alternatively, access the library to reuse pre-existing parts. Drag and drop the part onto the workspace, make modifications if needed, and save changes for future use. Saving parts as templates streamlines recurring work and ensures consistency across quotes. Part List Overview. The part list gives a detailed breakdown of each component in the quote. Key columns include Name, identifies each part, Preview, displays a graphical representation to quickly verify shapes, Quantity, allows adjustments for single or multi-quantity quotes, Material and Machine, selects the material type, grade, thickness, and machine. These choices impact cost calculations. Operations and markup. displays additional operations like bending or etching, and shows the markup applied to each part. Adjust these details individually or in bulk to ensure the quote matches the customer's requirements. Nesting in Smart Cut Quote. Nesting is an optional but powerful feature that calculates sheet usage for the project. After all parts are cleaned and configured, select the sheet size and adjust margins and spacing as needed. Start the nesting process to see how parts will fit on each sheet. The software creates nests automatically based on material type and thickness. The nesting summary shows sheet utilization, helping you identify areas for optimization. Summary section. The summary brings everything together. It calculates material costs, additional charges, tax, shipping, etc., and the total quote. Adjustments can be made directly in this section. For instance, you can update sheet utilization or revise material costs to reflect customer preferences. Once the quote is finalized, save it for future reference or email it directly to the customer.